Hey Sam, Simon calling from California on the West Ham versus Bournemouth game. That was as bad a Bournemouth performance as I can remember seeing, definitely in the Premier League era. Awful. I don't know where to start. The passing was dreadful. We keep changing formation, but we ultimately are playing the same way, which is this: we try and draw a press from teams high up into our half, and then we try and counter it. Only we don't counter it. We go so slowly, then they get back into position, and then we've lost the benefit of trying to play that way. Our solution to try and get goals is to just pile on players forward. So second half we went 3-5-2, but we still play the same way. We're too slow. There's no interplay. There's no communication. People are constantly going out of position. You can just see it as you're watching the game. There's no control. We just seem so easy to play against. We concede from crosses all the time. They obviously targeted Rico down the left. The first goal came from that side. The second goal came from that side. The penalty came from that side. And even after the fourth goal, they had another 2 chances which came from that side, one of which Rambo saved. So we just seem too easy to play against. They close down Lerma and stop him being the pivot between the central defenders when we try and play out from the back. And then we don't have any ideas other than that. Nothing at all. I thought of all of the players, I thought Lewis Cook did passable. He was okay. Putting a lot of, seemed to put in a shift, seemed to want something from the game. I thought Stanislas, when he came on, was awful. He was basically watching the game. I thought Mepham was terrible. He was so slow on the ball. All the back four were bad. And I thought Frano in particular, he played, whatever the fella's name is from West Ham, he played him 10 yards onside. If you'd have done that in an under-10s kids game, you'd have been crucified for doing it. And yet here we have the captain of the club in a Premier League game just playing someone 10 yards on. Solanke, his decision-making is poor. He's trying, but it's not working for him. And his header looked like the header from a man who hasn't scored in 60 games. I thought Callum, he's had a lot of bad press, but he doesn't get a chance. Like, we created maybe 2 or 3 shots in that game. That was it. Like, how's he going to score? He's a goal scorer, doesn't get a chance. One good ball from Lewis Cook and he miscontrolled it. So, where do we go from here? I think probably Eddie is still the man to do it. People are saying on Facebook we should have new signings, but that most of that team, but probably half of that team was signed in the last season or so.